This is the SAP Developer News for October 16th, 2025.
Hey everybody, week 3 of Devtoberfest is over and we're heading strong into the last week of Devtoberfest. So get ready for it. One more week packed with content, amazing talks, amazing sessions, more fun activities, and a special treat for you on Friday next week with the developer acrobat sitting together, talking tech, making jokes. So watch out for the content for next week. Head over to the community and join us for the contest, for fun, and for a lot of great education.
I have good news for everyone who wants to try out all the different large language models out there. We have a free trial of SAP AI Launchpad connected to an AI core instance with Generative AI Hub access. That means you can, in this free trial, try out 26 different models of all the different large language model providers that we partner with. Now, that includes models like GPT-5, O3, Gemini 2.5, and Claude Sonnet 4. Now, just as a reminder, if you only want to try out SAP AI Core and Gen AI Hub, those are pay-per-use only anyway. But if you want to have a chance to look at SAP AI Launchpad, which is essentially the UI of AI Core and Gen AI Hub, then this is your chance. The trial is activated for 30 days, and it lets you use the chat functionality, the prompt editor, the grounding module of the orchestration service, and obviously the orchestration service itself. So you can try out all the different features that we have available. And I'm going to link everything you need to know in the description. Make sure you try it out.
We've reached the end of the Devtoberfest scavenger hunt, and after today, you'll be able to solve for the secret phrase. So here is the 10th and final mission. Take the 37 hex digits that you've collected so far, and in the order you've collected them so far, and you need to multiply them by a certain number. That number is the number of Fiori design principles that there are. I'll leave a link to the Fiori design page where you can find that answer, or you can Google it, or you can ask ChatGPT. Once you've done that, you will now have 38 hex digits, and you will be able to convert those using ASCII to the secret phrase. From there, you can win the 3,000 points by entering that phrase in the scavenger hunt tutorial. It's case sensitive and also space sensitive, so put it in exactly how you created it. I want to give a special shout out to my colleague Srini, who's helped me all along the way. You might have seen him in previous developer news segments. And I've had a tremendous amount of fun creating the scavenger hunt and talking with you in the community. And I hope you've enjoyed completing it.
Greetings, all you Pirates. I'm coming to you from a tunnel, which reminds me sort of a cross between two films, one from the late 60s and one from the 70s. Let us know in the comments to this video what you think those two films might be in my brain. Anyway, another month, another great CAP release, September 2025, with CAP Node.js at 9.4 now and CAP Java at 4.4. Plenty of updates. Let me share some of the highlights of those updates in this release. I'll start with the Node.js runtime. Out of the box, there are now default translations of error messages, specifically for annotation-based validations like assert mandatory, for example. There's been an improvement to streaming, which was announced in the previous release. This improvement simplifies the API somewhat. And the implementation and documentation for Fiori support, especially in the area of handler registration, has been revised and improved. Now, there's lots of cool stuff for the Java runtime too. Cat Java and JDK 25 are now happily together. JDK is an LTS, a long-term support version. That's JDK 25, and you can configure SAP machine, SAP machine for that by following the example in the release notes. Incidentally, the CDS Services Archetype supports creation of new CapJava projects with JDK 25 as the target runtime. Staying with Java for a second, in the context of treating queries as first-class citizens and embracing that best practice of push down to the database, you can now aggregate values of associated entities directly in your SQL queries. How awesome is that? There are also some changes to the way CDS models are made available to a project into which they've been imported, making it easier and cleaner to use them. There are also plenty of other improvements for CapJava. Check them out in the miscellaneous section there in CapIR. In the tools category, there are also some changes and additions. Now, here's one you need to pay particular attention to. When importing an EDMX-based API definition with CDS import, EDM.string type properties that don't have length restrictions are now mapped to CDS's string type rather than CDS's large string type as before. So you need to check whether your data still fits and be ready to change the type length or the type itself back to large string again. The new SAP BTP application front-end service is now supported in the classic CAP way. All you need to do is run CDS add app front-end and have all the heavy lifting done for you. Now, this phrase, "it's annotations all the way down," came to me when I first learned about annotating annotations. The great thing is that now there's improved editor support for this. If you need it, you need it. And on the plugin front, the plugins for SAP Integration Suite, Advanced Event Mesh for Node.js and Java runtimes are now GA, generally available. The culmination of a lot of hard work. Well done, folks. And last but not least, the release notes themselves now contain a summary of CapIR updates. Earlier this month, the Devtoberfest session on the CAP documentation given by Rene and Mahati told us, or Rene and Mahati themselves, announced that they were going to include a summary of updates to CapIR in the monthly release notes, because you've been asking for that. And they've delivered. So you can check out what's changed to the CapIR documentation in this new section of the release notes. Fantastic. So you can read all the details and more in the release notes themselves, available in the usual place in CapIR. Link in the description.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the SAP Developer News. This is just a quick reminder to frequently check out the customer influence requests that are out there on influence.sap.com, and with your vote or your own request, shape the future of SAP products. There's one request in particular I'd like to point out. It's about cross-global account subscriptions on BTP, which is very useful for multi-tenant apps. And if you think that one deserves a little more attention, give it your upvote. And I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.